Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Player Pro Show, reactions and reviews. I am your host, Player Pro, and this is my perspective. Now let's get into the show. Okay, well, today's topic is Kendra G spills the tea on female nature. Well, she's been running a online dating singles show for like the last few years or so, and she's starting to understand that a lot of things that Kevin Samuels was saying when he was alive, she's starting to see that they are all true. She's starting to see the mindset of today's modern day women, and she's acting accordingly, because you can listen to her talking points now. They're almost identical. And the delusion that women have today is wild. But without further delay, let's get into the show.
Ooh, child, some women are mad at me because I said that women keep focusing on tall, dark, and handsome with a big penis and six figures, and they're passing up the good guy, the nice guy that wants to take you out. Why should we have to settle, Kendra? We should have somebody on our level. Well, let me share with you guys some data, information that I can confirm from hosting a dating show for the last 3 years. Okay, so every night I might get 100 single women who are looking for a relationship. Most of these women want committed relationships. Out of those 100 women, I may get 10 men. So let's just start right there. If I have 100 single women and 10 men, automatically every woman is not going to get a man. Just from that right there, okay? There's not enough. Now, out of the 100 women, let's say out of those 10 men, there's only really 2 men that the 100 women really want to date. Okay, so now we have 100 women with 2 men. Right there, every woman is not going to get a man. Now, this man is living in heaven. It's 2 men and 100 women want to date him. What is he going to do? He's going to pick and choose because he can. He has the options to do so.
Okay, now, like we've always said, we know that 80+% of women are chasing after 20% of the men. So those men, those small number of men that all the women are chasing, are going to have their pick of the litter. So the odds of them being faithful and monogamous and all of those things, it's going to be very slim. Is it impossible? No. But it's not very probable. Now, if y'all want the type of men that you say you want, you're going to have to date that other 80% of men that y'all just look over. Those men will be more monogamous and faithful and give you everything that you say you want. Now, the other 20% of men, when they got all of these women just throwing themselves at them, the odds of them settling down with one when you're ready to settle down, gonna be kind of slim to none. Like I said, not impossible, but the odds are very high that they will definitely not be faithful. All right, let's get back into the show.
Now let's move on to the number one demographic on my show, which happens to be single moms. Single moms that are now looking for a different type of guy than their child's father. Because a lot of women, they usually focus on the outward characteristics. He was tall, he was attractive, he had swag, he had money, I had a baby by him. Now they're realizing the outward characteristics do not matter. It's the inward characteristics that matter most when it comes to a relationship. So now the single moms are more focusing on the inner characteristics. And they're looking for this guy, the good guy, the nice guy, who may not have all the outwardly attributes, but now they realize that's what's most important because they have children and they want someone that's going to be in the home and help them raise their kids by the guy that had the big penis and that was tall and that doesn't want to be in a relationship, who never want to be in a relationship, if they were to be honest.
Okay, like I was just saying a few minutes ago, those type of men are going to have the pick of the litter. They're going to be able to choose the type of women that they want because they have options. And most women are going to go after the men that they find aesthetically pleasing and the ones who are financially attractive to them. They're not going to be looking for a man with character. They can care less about his principles. They can care less about his integrity. They don't care. As long as they find the type of man that they are attracted to, the rest usually don't matter until it does. All right, now let's get back into the show.
Now let's move on to the other category of women that are on my show. The women like myself. I like to call us the boss chicks. We got our own money. We can pay for every single thing ourselves. So we just want a man that's our equal or higher, right? That is the goal. Well, here is the difference. The man that is our equal or higher has a lot of options, right? And he just wants something that's going to fit within his life. Can you fit within my life? Because I don't mind paying all the bills because I got the money to pay all the bills, period. This man just wants a woman that's going to fit within his life. Are you available? Do you bring him peace of mind? Do you want to cook for him? Can you bear his children? Whatever is important to him, that's what he's going to be seeking. And the unfortunate reality, ladies, is he has a lot more options to choose from because there's a lot of women that want to be married and settle down and be in a relationship.
Okay, now the problem is with the boss chick woman, they're always talking about they need a man that can handle them. They need a man that's on their level or higher. Well, typically they're looking for a man that's higher than their level. They're not looking for someone on their level. They're looking for a guy who is superior to them in every way. Now, but the problem is those type of men have options. And they're not looking for a woman that they're gonna have to be combative with, because two bosses can't coexist in the same place. And these boss chick women, they are not looking to be submissive to a man. They are looking for a partner. And those type of men are not looking for partners because they already had their thing going before you came along. So they don't need you to get to where they're going. They're already heading that way. And like she said, those type of men, yes, they have options. So why would they deal with a combative woman who's very headstrong and thinks she can compete with you? Because those type of women aren't competing for you. They're going to want to compete with you. See, a man who already has his life together, he could take a woman that's working a cash register somewhere as long as she fit the criteria of what he's looking for. All right, now let's get back into the show.
Now, let's talk about where your power does lie. Women, you have a vagina. So, you are powerful, but you are misusing your vagina. You give it away all the time. You say you want to be a wife, but you give it out freely. That's what makes it special. Why should Ray Ray jump to the equation and become Prince Charming when you let Pookie have the vagina for chicken? Okay? You are mismanaging your power, which is your vagina. And your vagina should only go to the man that wants the things that you desire. If you want a relationship, I don't care if he's tall, dark, handsome, and has 6 figures. He should not get any of your time because he's not an option. He's not an option for what you desire. Now, I hear you ladies because you'll say, well, Kendra, yeah, there's a lot of vagina out there, but there's not a lot of me. I'm different. And you know what, girlfriend? I agree with that. I do agree that every woman is not equal, and some women, just like men, weigh differently. But guess what? You're not acting different, okay? You're not acting different. You're acting like every woman. So when you come and tell the guy what you're about, I only have sex when I'm in relationships. And then after a month, he didn't give you a relationship, and you still had sex with him, your words are now null and void. He now knows, okay, I heard what she said, but her actions did not align with her words. And you think, well, Kendra, I made him wait a month. Girl, you made him wait a month for you. During that month, while you making him wait, he was just getting his shit off with some other girl, okay? You're not running the game. If you do not stand by your words, then you become like every other woman. So yes, ladies, this is what I have learned from hosting a dating show for the last 3 years. So I know it's all about Kendra telling me to settle. I'm not telling you to settle. I'm telling you to focus on the man that deserves you. And that should be based on character more than characteristics, outwardly characteristics. And time and age will teach you that.
Okay, now I can actually get behind some of what she was saying here. Now, one thing about hypergamy, I actually wish that women would be hypergamous with their bodies like they are for a man's finances. Then we wouldn't have all these issues. Now, if they only slept with the men that are best for them and not with just any Pookie or Ray Ray or whoever they find attractive, then we wouldn't have a lot of the issues that we are having in today's society. And I truly do believe that. So I do agree with Kendra on that aspect. Because one thing about these 304s we have out here, they have no problem with sleeping with whatever man they find attractive. And that's part of the issue. All right, now let's get back into the show.
And let's break down settling for a second, because I hear that more than anything. Kendra, why should I have to settle? I should get the man that I deserve. I actually agree with you, girlfriend. You should get the man that you deserve, but I think you're focusing on the wrong characteristics when it comes to settling. I think a lot of y'all really haven't dated the man you described. I've dated this man. I dated the tall, dark, very wealthy man, and in those moments, I was settling. I was settling for him dating other women with me knowing about it. I was settling with him mistreating me and accepting it. I was settling that he would not agree to a committed relationship, and that's what I really wanted. I was actually settling then. I don't think it's settling when you're with a guy who's going to treat you nice, who's going to be there and wants to build a life and a home with you, who's going to be there to help you raise the kids that you bear by him. But he might not be tall, and he might not be rich. Or he could be, right? But that doesn't matter, because it's the characteristics inside. Change up what you are settling for, okay? Change up what you think settling means and focus on what you really deserve and what you really should be focusing on.
All right, two things. First, I don't agree with Kendra saying that, yes, ladies, you do deserve this. One thing about the dating market, ladies, y'all don't deserve anything. Y'all will only get the type of man that you qualify for. And most women do not qualify for the type of man that they actually want. Like we said earlier, those type of men have options. And they are going to pick who's the best woman that they feel is qualified for them. And I don't understand why women think that they qualify just because they exist, and that is not true. You gotta bring a little something more to a man's life other than just your presence. And number two, the type of man that you say that you want, those men are settling for you. If you bring nothing to the table but your presence, then those type of men are settling for you. And they are not going to settle. They will sleep with you 100%. They sure will. But they're not going to settle for you. Guaranteed. Okay, well, that is all for this episode of the Player Pro Show. And like I always say in closing, we are better together than we are apart. Let's make our community great again. And with that, I do bid y'all adieu.